All right, so here I am in my little studio. The camera's on a stool, but we'll try this. This is interesting. Oh, I've done this before. We've actually done it probably on the same topic a million times, but we're doing battling loud leaf blowers. This is from 11 years ago. It's a video from CBS, and I just found it. I don't know how, but instead of just linking it, I just wanted to do one of these videos. I haven't done them in a while, so let's do it. All right. Oh, this is going yes, yes. Let's go.
To some, like Henry Penny, they are a labor-saving wonder of modern civilization.
He's blowing nothing.
I'd be lost without using a leaf blower.
Did you see that? He was blowing nothing. We got to see that, and I know we have to start from the beginning because it goes back 10 seconds. I don't care. Watch this nonsense.
To some, like Henry Penny, they are a labor-saving wonder of modern civilization.
Okay, notice how there's nothing there. They're like, oh yeah, sorry, you probably do this 3 times a day, so we can't actually catch you doing it because there's no leaves there, but it's a labor-saving device. Brrr, no leaves in sight. All right.
I'd be lost without using a leaf blower.
To others, leaf blowers are a noisy, polluting, pointless curse.
Yes, that to me.
Don't even mention them to
It's
actress
Catwoman.
Julie Newmar.
Oh, close the windows, put on the earphones, turn up the music to full volume.
In communities across the country, the leaf blower is confronting winds of change. In Greenwich, Connecticut, Gretchen Biggs, an environmental attorney, has been a leader in a campaign to ban the blower.
Leaf blowers are used here in Greenwich interminably, excessively.
Well, here in the Houston area,
all the time.
What is that
In
concoction?
Orinda, California, near San Francisco, Susan and Peter Kendall feel their home of 15 years is a piece of paradise.
The sun rises over Mount Diablo.
Yeah, and then you can listen to the
Some
nonsense,
days,
yeah.
The fog slips over the top from Berkeley.
But then the leaf blowers start up.
Just blow it everywhere. In the middle of the street. Perfect.
Very difficult. Too much noise.
For years, the Kendalls suffered in silence.
We finally said, we've had enough. Let's write a letter to the editor. As soon as that letter hit, people started looking us up in the phone book and calling our home and saying, right on, Kendall.
I never thought other people had an issue with it.
Maya McBride, a mother of 3, was one of many who responded to the Kendalls' letter with a leaf blower grievance of her own.
We didn't notice it until maybe about a year into living here, when we realized we couldn't have any birthday parties for our kids on a Saturday.
You couldn't have a birthday party in the backyard for a kid?
No, we couldn't.
Because?
Too
because
loud.
The leaf blowers went on for so long.
Yeah.
And they
this
were so
ruins
loud.
everything.
In leafy Orinda, the Kendalls were suddenly leading a movement for change.
Orinda.
This has an acoustic silencer on it right there.
QuietOrinda.com.
Although the city council turned down their first bid for an outright blower ban.
So far, the Orinda City Council agrees with me. So far.
Okay, it's that lazy fat bitch. It's like, oh yeah, you know, this is exactly it. It's like, I don't know, guy, maybe, just here's a thought, maybe Henry Penny was his name. I don't know, Henry, if you were spending a little more time outdoors with a rake and broom, maybe you won't have such a big gut. You know, here's the thing, right? Maybe a little bit of exercise won't hurt you. Big guy, literally, all right? I actually want to look this up. This is impromptu. The first time I saw this, I did not see this, but let's go back here. I actually have to use, oh boy, hopefully no weird stuff comes up, because I usually don't. Stop advertising new features I don't use. Unfortunately, I don't use this browser. This is Firefox. It does not record the sound if I use the browser I use, most Chrome, Brave, whatever. It does not record the sound from videos, so I have to use this. It was QuietOrinda.com. Okay, so it's not even maintained. See, that's what's obnoxious about let me type in Orinda. Isn't this exciting? Me doing research. Orinda leaf blower. As I'm trying to move the picture around, Quiet Orinda on Vimeo. So they apparently probably gave up. They're like these Fat Henry, Lisa, or Pennies of the world. These people are just right. Orinda seems poised to become the 24th city to ban. Well, that's what they didn't do. Orinda's leaf blower foes return. Orinda's current regulations restrict leaf blower use between 8 and 6 p.m. on weekdays and 10 and 5 p.m. on weekends. You know what? Let's look this up. This is fun. This is fun. Okay. Ugh, just cookies. Oh my God! Just stop it. Oh, this is now the third thing you have to click through here. It is just so. And number 4. Oh, man. Congratulations, East Bay Times, on your garbage design. And now there's another. This is number 5 here. That is 5 things I have to dodge out of the screen. Speaking, this is the leaf blower of websites, is all these notifications, So this is from 2011. At least we're not paywalled yet. Orinda's leaf blower foes return. Orinda's leaf blower foes are making noise again. Haha. God, do I really need to be here this much? Good Lord. The group Quiet Orinda, whose website doesn't work anymore because it redirects to some buy it site, which last November tried unsuccessfully to convince the city council to ban these devices with gas-powered engines, is hoping the city will take another look at the issue. So this is Fat Henry over here referencing and chortling about how it didn't go through. Council members, however, appear reluctant to do so. Okay, more ads. Quiet Orinda, which says blowers are unnecessary source of noise and air pollution, is ready to compromise. Its members want the city to create a task force to look for middle ground between blower foes and advocates. The middle ground is using a fucking rake and a broom. That's the middle ground. Is you can pick up your leaves, but it's got to be quiet. Okay? That is the middle ground, right? There was so much pushback about the total ban, especially from homeowners in particular, that we decided to retrench and consider what a compromise might be, said founder Peter Kendall. Middle ground could include allowing gas-powered blowers to remain, but further restricting them just a few hours or days of the week. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. Did that go through? Probably not, The group also would like city to support on a green gardening initiative to encourage landscaping techniques that steer clear of pesticides, herbicides, and gas-powered tools. Quiet Orinda's efforts last year to ban blowers brought some national attention, including a feature in the New Yorker magazine. The group will continue its outreach efforts, including a table at the weekly farmers market. That didn't go anywhere, I imagine. Members also loaned a pair of leaf blowers to Miramonte High School on Thursday, so students could analyze the dust they raise. Engaging the city's youth is a critical part of the, okay. The group plans to submit its requests, okay. Strongly worded letters, okay. We haven't gone away just like the problem has gone away. It's gotten worse. And this is 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Council members welcome Quiet Orinda's efforts to trumpet green gardening, but are reluctant to rehash an issue they feel was settled last November. The city council, I don't know what I'm going on today. I can't read. The city, Councilwoman Amy Worth said, has already compromised. We spent a significant amount of time reviewing the leaf blower issue, hearing testimony last year, and I guess my position remains the same. I think we worked very hard several years ago to craft a noise ordinance that sought to seek a compromise between the various perspectives. So this is what this bitch's compromise is. Orinda's current regulations restrict leaf blower use between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. So basically, the fact that you technically can't do it at 6:30 or 7. So by 5 or 6, especially during the winter, which they still use leaf blowers here, and I'm sure in Orinda as well, the fact that you can't use it at 6 p.m. 6:01 p.m. All right. Well, is there any enforcement of it? I doubt it. It's more like generally people will use it in daylight hours, but by 5 or 6, it's the sun's already down in many places, right? So what does that mean? It means nothing. 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. on weekends, and again, what's the enforcement? You know, and again, so that guarantees you can't really have quiet from it for basically 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So daylight hours, sorry, no luck. That's the compromise. People can't do it at midnight. That's the massive compromise that you should be, Fuck that bitch. What's her name? Councilwoman Amy Worth. She's worthless. Okay? She's absolutely worthless. It's not Amy Worth, it's Amy Worthless. Orinda's current... Yeah, okay. Pollution concerns are best direct... Oh, okay, so let's punt it. Oh, this is another bitch who's unconcerned here. Pollution concerns are best directed to the Bay Area Air Quality Management District, which has more resources to deal with them, said Mayor Victoria. Okay, so just somebody else. It's somebody else. Quiet Orinda has already done much... I don't know what's going on with me. Already done most of the work a task force would do, said Smith, adding that the group's public education seems the best use of its effort. Yes, but you're the mayor. You should do something, right? It's this... They have their information they'll put out there and their belief that it's their belief. It's their belief. It's their weird faith that it's not the obviousness of it. No, it's their belief it's noisy and creates pollution. Yeah, when you can see the dust clouds and you're choking on the gas, it's a belief system we have that it's noise. You can't hear yourself think. You can't talk to somebody. You can't be outside. It's my belief that it's noisy. It's my crazy opinion. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. Well, by calling it a belief, you are saying exactly that, okay? It's just a question of whether you regulate that to an extent that you don't regulate. What does that mean? It's so frustrating. It's just a question of whether you regulate that to an extent that you... Well, what other thing can be this noisy? I mean, that's the thing with the noise ordinances. If I were blasting a boombox or something, or maybe Bluetooth speakers near a whirlpool, near the spa and or the sauna and steam room area. Oh, that's the next video. Whistling Wally's back, and we're gonna do a video on it. It's ridiculous. But basically, if I were outside with a boombox, you could call the cops over that. But it's landscaping, Oh, we don't want to regulate it to the... God, it's so annoying, I can't even be outraged at how stupid these people are. Let's see here. Easttown. That's 2010. Leaf blowers are ruining people's lives in Orinda, California. This is from Reddit, our friends at Reddit. This is from 2016. And they have a video too. Stop advertising your bullshit fucking features. This is like leaf blowing, okay? This is the digital What am I supposed to do here? Oh, continue to website. What is this? And why would I want to add this fucking website to the home screen? Can someone tell me? I want to access the website. Why are you trying to be helpful? I don't need to add it to the home screen. Jesus Christ. How riveting. It's well, let's see if there's any comments here. There's a lot of comments here. For the curious, their motion was denied. So basically, I think it probably will. I think that's why the website might be gone, is like they just gave up. Like no one there's not enough people who care. Who cares? Kendall focused his comments on the health hazards associated with the particular particulates, the microscopic particles of fecal matter, herbicides, and pesticides made airborne by leaf blowers. It used to be the noise that drove us to pursue leaf blower bans, said Kendall, but it's the particulates that kill us. Well, I don't know, kill us. It is kind of miserable, but 18 residents restored tranquility, cleaner air. 23 residents argued against the ban, citing the impracticality of managing the maintenance of larger lots populated with dozens of deciduous, some kind of trees with rakes and brooms. Some residents identified the ban on leaf blowers as a slippery slope. What about barking dogs, wood chippers, cars, and trucks, said Alan Prager. I don't propose... Well, you know, maybe it would be nicer to not have barking dogs 24/7 either, you know? Yeah, what next? Peace and quiet? Yes, that'd be nice. Others challenged the validity of the anti-leaf blower data and what they consider to be inappropriate comparisons. Okay, they never say what's inappropriate about it. As someone who lives 20 minutes from Orinda, I think this is hilarious. I'm not surprised they would try to pass something like this. Oh, as in like, oh, those crazy people who want their quiet, right? First world problems. Well, I always hate this. Yes, well, first of all, when it's this primitive and loud, is it really the first world? Is this so wonderful? No. In a technical sense, yeah, we're rich enough, it's first world, and yeah, okay, what kind of other problems are you going to have if those issues are solved? But I actually don't consider loudness 24, well, maybe from 8 to whatever, right, as daylight hours, I don't consider that to be first world. It's pretty trashy, to be quite honest. Imagine living in this town. Imagine the worst neighbor that complains about any single noise, and now imagine the whole town like that. It's like a lot of the top comments are just, well, we should just tolerate this. Bah. God, I hate these people. View more comments. I'm not going to click on an old video. We've been burned before. Hi, hell, I live in Mesa, Arizona, and I wished to fuck they would ban leaf blowers. They start here at 6 a.m. and are non-stop until about 4 in the afternoon. They are pure laziness. What used to take 15 minutes a goddamn rake now takes 5 minutes with a leaf blower, but nothing gets picked up. Now, to be fair, here they do pick up most of the stuff. Some of the homeowners don't, but the commercial services do actually. Not that I really care one way or the other, it's still noisy. They just blow it into the street or into the neighbors' yards. Just blow all the dust and pollen off the ground into the air to move a few leaves a few inches. Every construction crew has to have water trucks on site to spray down the dust, yet every goddamn landscaping crew spends all day just blowing dust in the air and blowing shit into the street. Show me the petition to ban those fucking things and I'll sign it. You are all retards is correct. Meanwhile, in Oakland, 20 minutes away. I don't know. Well, we've been I'm not reading more Reddit comments. Let's click on this link. Maybe it'll be disappointing or not, but... oh yeah, this is the it's for decoration. They put these loud things in the tailpipe. It's just assholes everywhere, which is a nice segue into the next video we're gonna do on Whistling Wally. But let's just finish the original CBS piece. Let's see here.
Henry Pinney is one of the residents staunchly defending his
there's
right
no leaves!
to bear power to...
Look at this bullshit! You know? Look at this shit! They're like, Henry, could you demonstrate how useless this equipment is and what a fat loser you are? Could you please demonstrate this? Look at this. There is not a leaf in sight. It's a bunch of green leaves on the trees. There is nothing here. I swear to God, this crew must have... Because what you kind of can hear the bias of this piece, that they really don't like leaf blowers, right? You can see it, but they're going to interview some people who like the leaf blower, but they're going to make them look ridiculous, right? Like, oh, Henry, could you demonstrate how you use a leaf blower? And then there's not a single leaf around. He's like, I don't know what I'd be without one. Blah! It's like, yeah, you'd be a fat retard without this, and I don't know, you could just use a rake to do nothing because there's no leaves, Henry. You imbecile. Right?
I need to use a leaf blower. A broom
Oh,
will not
there's
work
some
in this
dust there.
situation. And I don't want to spend three hours a week working with a broom on this.
Yeah, three hours to get the dust and the 7 leaves there. You saw a burst of it. Let's see it over here.
I need to use a leaf blower.
That's
Broom will not
it.
work in my situation, and I don't want to spend three
hours to do that.
Working with a broom on this.
Fucking
we've got a
turkey
lot of
neck,
stuff
Jesus
here.
Christ.
Peter Kendall decided he had to know the enemy. He bought his own leaf blowers, both gas and electric, along with a device to measure the noise.
104, 103.9.
Now he is putting it right next to it. I mean, come on, guy.
103.9.
No one's that close to it.
So, right in your ears, too.
Wow.
Sustained
I mean,
exposure to more than 90.
he's using an earmuff. Look at that red one.
Hearing loss, but it's not just the noise. Leaf blowers blast out air at 195 miles an hour, greater than the winds in a Category 5 hurricane. And that blows up a lot more than leaves, says Gretchen Biggs in Greenwich, Connecticut.
They're not really leaf blowers, they're dust blowers.
She's
And they
right.
blow up animal feces, mold, allergens, spores.
Leaf blower manufacturers who sell 4 million blowers a year in the U.S. have taken note of the campaign across the country to ban them. Larry Will works for Echo, which makes gas blowers.
Shill,
He says the company has
shill,
drastically reduced
shill.
the noise and environmental impact.
As of 2005, the exhaust emission has been reduced by 85%. So
Well, again, that's a relative measure because if we're here, okay, let's say we're here, but we need to be 10 miles down that way, right? You can still smell the gas from a lot of these, okay? So it's like, oh, okay, so it used to be even worse. Well, that's no comfort to me, right? So you reduce the emissions, fantastic. But since everybody uses these things now, okay, what does that mean, you know?
their argument of health issues, to me, is grasping at straws, if you will.
Well, okay, maybe you're not going to be dead immediately, or it's even not going to, you know, give you lung cancer. Maybe it's not on the level of smoking. We don't know because these things haven't been around for that long. But okay, fine. It's not like everyone's falling dead the 5 minutes after they're using a leaf blower, but it's annoying. It's a quality of life issue, right? It doesn't have to give 20% of the people, you know, vicious lung cancer for us to care about it, right? So, okay. I think saying that there's no massive health issues with it is grasping at straws, because that's not the worst thing about these things. It's the unpleasant sound that means you can't be outside for much, you know?
Because it's not true.
It certainly was at one time. Leaf blowers first appeared in Japan in the 1960s to spread pesticide. They became popular in the United States in the 1970s, primarily in California, which has been the epicenter for leaf blower wars since Carmel was the first city to ban them back in 1975.
Good for them.
Santa Monica followed in 1991.
I've been there.
But after years of little enforcement, Mayor Richard Bloom decided to crack down.
See, that's the other thing is there's a couple places with these bans, and then it's like, okay, well, if you don't enforce it. But let's see what, this is from 2011, so in Santa Monica 2011, here's the situation, says the mayor.
Down on them last year.
It really was affecting people. So we would get these calls, and it became important.
Now, landscapers in this beachfront town only use rakes and tarps to clean up leaves.
Good.
While residents turn to technology to quiet the neighborhood.
We have an iPhone app that...
There's an app for that.
There's an app for that, and it's very easy to use.
Show me how it works.
Sure, be happy to. So I can choose leaf blower.
So this is for boomers,
and
like,
gives it a category.
here's how you type it on a phone.
I can add contact information.
This is from 2011.
And then once
so.
all the information is in, just click submit.
Here, the peace and beauty of this can be shattered with one leaf blower.
That's
Yep.
right.
Actress Julie Newmar, who played Catwoman in the 1960s, reports her neighbors to anyone who will listen. She led a successful campaign.
Now she's
to have
Rat
gas
Woman.
blowers banned in Los Angeles
And
in
good for her.
1998. But all these years later, she says, nobody follows the law.
It's a blight on any neighborhood. It's war
Yep.
without our permission. It's not good for us. We don't need it. It's not necessary. Get rid of it.
Some
She's
may
right.
see leaf blower wars as a luxury of comfortable suburban neighborhoods in a world with plenty of more serious problems.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so because there's genocide or something, you can blow leaves around and make it miserable here too. Just spread the misery. You know, there's genocide here, and then I don't get to have any peace here. Fair enough. You know, what does this mean? You know, well, there's starving Africans, so I guess we need to have some misery here too. What? Go fuck yourself. Bullshit excuses.
But those fighting for a little peace and quiet say in a troubled world, this is
What
one
is
problem
that?
for which there is an easy solution.
Yeah, rakes
It
and
works
brooms.
great. A rake and a broom, and it's peaceful.
Is that like a metal rake? That's weird. Let's see that again.
And it's peaceful.
She's using like some kind of hoeing equipment. It's like a metal rake for like agriculture or something. That's very weird at the very end there. I don't know if I'd use that rake. I mean, I don't even know if that's technically a rake, but it's more like for aerating the soil or something. But whatever, as long as it's not a leaf blower, right? But okay, so I guess that's it. It's kind of disappointing because this is from 2011 and it's like a decade later and same bullshit, right? So I guess that's it. I don't know what else to say. It's the usual. We'll link everything below, the timestamps, whatever. So yeah, that's it.